titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Uce invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Uce.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me. We done it for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Uce, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Uce.
Yes. Coming off of a hot Royal Rumble this weekend, we're back here. Dr. Huge here to talk about the Royal Rumble. Maybe some of the Grammys if we get in, that far along here. You never know what we can talk about. Conspiracies, underground bases, right? Jesse Ventura. He knows all about it. But of course, first, you got to pay the bills. And by those bills, I'm talking about mine. In a way you can do that around here and support. Go buy this album. Go follow on Spotify. It's all free. If you like some of that intro music here that you mostly get to hear online, not in the audio podcast, then you can go to the podcast and go subscribe there or hit subscribe buttons. Go to the Dr. Huge store on Teespring. We have, what do they call them? Fanny packs now. It's not what they call them in the UK. Danny told me about that this weekend because we are just pumping out shows. 2 p.m. Saturdays every single week. 2 p.m. normal people time. You know what that is. New York time, Boston time. Yeah, that's the time I'm living in. And you should come and join us in the chat Saturdays. It's a lot of fun. We goof on wrestling and all the like. We do what we do here, just with more experts and more analysts. Sasha Reigns here has been on before. Hello to you. Hello to everybody out there. Again, get pressing the buttons. We got to get over here. It's Monday Night Raw. We're pumping this up again. It takes an hour to get up to like 100 people in the room. Let's try to do this in the first 10 minutes. Everybody pump it up. All the superstars like Sasha Reigns talking to you. All right. Go buy my pillows. Also on the Dr. Huge store on Teespring. Wow. I'm an expert at selling now. I'm selling like crazy. I'm like Hulk Hogan with the beers out here, huh?
Shut your mouth!
What?
Shut your mouth!
All right, well, I didn't mean to say it again. I did hear what you said. AJ Styles. More on you later.
Brother.
Talking about the brother with the beers. What's going on, Coach? Coach in the house. Yep. People, they're piling on in. You never know when I'm going to go live during the week. I have skipped a Raw or two here. Actually, only one so far. So far, it's pretty much Monday, Tuesday, Friday. And Fridays are kind of tough for me these days because, am I going to do all this and talk about wrestling before a 3-hour wrestling show when I already watch? Like, Royal Rumble by itself the other night was, 5 hours? Something like that. It started at 6, so let's do the math. 6, 7. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least 5 hours, maybe even 6. And I could not, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm supposed to be, supporting everything and liking everything. Of course I don't. And this Royal Rumble had a lot of good parts to it. It's too fucking long. It's way too long. We don't need 6-hour Royal Rumbles. Okay? I get that it's the women's Rumble gets in the way. Maybe cut out that tag match in between. Decent match, good match. Do I remember it in the scheme of things in a 6-hour Royal Rumble? No, I don't remember it at all. I believe DIY kept the titles. I believe that. But who knows? It could have been a dream. Could have all been a dream to Dr. Huge because I was focused mainly on these Rumble matches and they both kind of bored me to death. I almost died watching these Royal Rumbles because my heart rate It was going so slow. And then I know I'm a doctor. I know about these things. And then I was like, oh, I almost died of boredom watching. Because look at this. How many stare-offs do we need? And standoffs, whatever you want to call them. Especially with the men. That was just insane, the amount. Jacob Fatu and Penta alone were in a dozen different, stand, look at me. And now, could we ever face off in the future, audience? We get what you're doing, okay? Do it a handful of times. That's 5 for everybody that doesn't know. Humans on planet Earth have 5 fingers. 5 time. Max, you should be doing the whole, let's do a stare down in the middle of the ring. Oh my God, I wanted to punch the TV. I was so bored. Stunk. And then Penta and Jacob Fatu did it a dozen times, and then everybody else did it a few times. I don't care. So dumb. Takes up so much time. I'm just like, get to it. 6 hours long. You're 20 hours long at this point. My math is always right with this, folks. Slash Reigns, Doc, want to know what's funny? I'm wearing the other winner. The other winner being the Yeet Master? Yeet! Because, of course, we got to talk about Jey Uso. First and foremost here. Well, first, that the Royal Rumble could be good, and maybe it was, but it bored the shit out of me because of they dragged it out. They were really dragging this thing out. And, wow. We got a lot of notes on it because these were long, so there's little pieces here and there. What's good? What's bad? We're going to figure that out all out together tonight and in the future in audio podcasts on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, which you can go subscribe to at this very moment if you're not lazy. You don't want to be lazy around here. Yeah. Charlotte. You want to talk about Charlotte? We'll talk about Charlotte. But first, we got to talk about main event Jey Uso, who, it makes sense, right? They gave him the nickname. I've been calling him Merch Table Jey Uso for months. I've been calling him Mid-Card Jey Uso for years. So they're like, no, Dr. Huge, and all you Dr. Hugeites out here, you now have to call him main event Jey Uso. That's because it's an actual thing. It's going to be a thing. So I guess I'm down with. Hey, I've been down with it ever since. I've been waiting for somebody to send me some Yeet sunglasses out here so I can wear them. I'll wear Yeet anything. Send me all the Yeet clothes. I plan on getting buried in all Yeet everything, folks.
Rest in peace.
That's the plan. So again, if you want to support the show, the store is fine, the album's fine, all that, it's great. But send me Yeet merchandise. Thank you. Just in case, right? Oh, yeah. Just in case. So, yep. And then Jey Uso, of all the people, not only does he win the Royal Rumble, he throws John Cena's bitch ass out the ring first. Wow. John Cena thought that was hilarious, probably, backstage. They told him what the plan was, and he was like, if this was 10 years ago, I would bury everybody in here. Everybody backstage. I'd just start burying left and right.
John Cena recognized. And he would have won the Royal Rumble again, going for the 17th title. But not that fast, John Cena. You recognize this isn't Vince's company anymore. And you're going to be losing to a Jey Uso in the Royal Rumble. That's his full name, by the way. What's going on with you, Michael Berry Sr. over here? Yep. I got an Undertaker take in here. All you Undertaker fans that are just waiting and listening and just, just ready to hear this Undertaker stuff that I'm about to talk about. Just keep waiting. It's called like a semi cliffhanger for all you Undertaker heads. And you're not Sasha Reigns. I'm Alexa Reigns now. I told you we've talked about this for years. You're always Sasha Reigns. I stick to one name because I'm not jumping from then you'll be Liv Reigns and then you'll be, Zoe McIntyre or something. And I can't do it. I'll never mention you ever again if you keep changing your name. You're Sasha Reigns for life, brother. Get used to it. Yep. Sasha Reigns is a star around these parts. I know you got to be talking about her. I know it. Get it right. I did get it right. She's Sasha Reigns. I named her, and she can't rename herself. You don't get a nickname and then rename yourself unless you're a pro wrestler. Right? Right. I'm always right. Thank you. So back to this Jey Uso. He's going to now force John Cena to steal a spot from the Elimination Chamber. And think about this, right? He did go out of his mind backstage, probably throwing a fit, flipping tables on Triple H and stuff after he lost the Royal Rumble, because it's all real to me. And he was like, I am now forcing myself in the Elimination Chamber. It's going to be my last one, so I have to be in it. And I just lost this one because the ropes were probably too greased up from one of them guys out there. Let's just say Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman sweat all over the ropes, and John Cena slipped, and now they have to do this Jey Uso yeet business. They have to now. Because everybody saw John Cena get thrown out by accident. Yeet! Yep, so he went backstage, forced himself into the Elimination Chamber match. And this is for real, folks. There's only 5 spots left because tonight on Monday Night Raw, it's Monday, right? The red light? Yep. I just looked at my notes. It's Monday Night Raw. And they're having an Elimination Chamber tournament. They're not calling it a tournament, but yeah, it's in qualifying matches. It's pretty much a tournament. Yeah. Same thing. They try to fool you with all this vernacular. Again, I see through all works. I know what they're doing. Like, share, and subscribe this, by the way. They need to know that I know and that the rest of you now know. We know what you're up to, WWE. We see through. This is a tournament. It's maybe not one of them Suzuki tournaments that they have on AEW with all the squares. That's super, super confusing, even for an analyst expert like myself. And I've heard them go into their whole explanations of this means that, and that could happen. And this, I get it. A lot of different things can happen, right? But I got a life, Yeet. I get yeet clothes to go get and things. I don't have time to figure out who's going to win all the phony matches here on TV. You figure it out. How about that? Report to me later in a very entertaining fashion on AEW sometime, and maybe I'll watch it again. Because, I'm getting reports back from the Sleaze and the Danny Damages of the world and the King Reezies, and they're telling me, guess what, Dr. Huge? AEW still fucking stinks.
It's the shits.
So I tried 2 weeks in a row. I'm like, I'm going to sit down and watch this all 2 hours, even take notes. And it was still,
it's the shits.
The longest 2 hours of my life. Try not to be, what's the word? Exaggerate, really. There's better words for that, but I'll just say I don't want to exaggerate. But it's not, I like wrestling. Then I don't want to watch it. And then I see all these other dudes online that do a lot of different podcasts of all kinds. And they may be in the wrestling too. And then they'll be like, yeah, but AEW is like the cool stuff. And WWE is not cool. I'm like, how old are you? What are you, 13? Like you're a 40-year-old man. And you think AEW is cooler than WWE? With yeet? Yeet! You don't have to like the stuff the younger generation is up to. And trust me, we will be touching on that as well if I get to bring up the Grammys tonight. It stinks. It's terrible. You know, we're having fun with it over here. Okay? Like, I get it. But, you know, don't be an old fogey. It's not all bad. Not all. There was a lot of cheese cornball shit in the 80s, 90s, which is basically the golden era to me. And, of course, the older you get, you think your era's the best, right? I get it. Right. But right now really is bad. And even the young people have seen this. They're going back to older shit because they're like, this stuff, the arts, if you will. You know, things like the Grammys. And there's always been a thing like celebrities and stuff out there. Might as well talk about this now. Let's get it out of the way. Because I'm going to show you how old I am right now. Because who are some of these people? And I do know of some of them. Obviously, we live on the same planet here. But who's this? What's this? I'm really waiting for a response from somebody online. And get liking and subscribing on this. If you're on X, go over to YouTube right now. We're looking at pictures of, to me, looks like a chick from the Hunger Games. You know, one of them rich people. And I never even really watched them movies. I seen the first one. I'm not into it. I didn't read the books. But I get the gist of it. There are poor people. They make them fight on the island. Or some techno dome that they're in. And, you know, they're shooting each other with bows and arrows and shit. And these people like this that we're looking at on the screen that wear like clown makeup and are apparently somebody rich and famous on red carpets is out here, and people are losing their minds over it. And I'm like, who is this? This ain't Main Event Jey Uso. Main Event Jey Uso should be getting this type of publicity. So I had to learn about this person, and it's Chappelle Moan. At least it is to me. I'm just reporting back anything that I've seen. So Chappelle Moan, is this a roan who, I'll just go with what the analysts are saying online. Sasha Rain says it's Chapel Roan, a singer. Yes, I can deduce all this because she's at the Grammys. I know her name. At first, I thought some people were misspelling Dave Chappelle. And I'm like, oh, I swear to God, I'm looking at the trending thing on the X machine, and I see Chappelle, and I'm like, oh, Dave Chappelle must be hosting the Grammys or something. That's crazy. Still not watching. And I just kept doing whatever I'm doing. Probably editing video, getting it ready for you guys on the Dr. Huge channel on YouTube. You know, things you won't get anywhere else. What's going on with you, King Reezy, in the house? So I'm just not only but why is she such a... Okay, so let's go through this. Okay. Children and old people and middle-aged folks. Let's go through this right now. What makes her more famous than Babyface? Which me, of course, not a super old person. I know who Babyface is. I don't know who this is. And Babyface is going to get literally pushed aside for this, for the Hunger Games. Is this what is cool now? How absurdly stupid and snobbish and like, so the poor this, I'm not even upset with these people, right? They're gonna do what they're gonna do. They've done it their whole lives, even before I believe many of them were even famous. These people, right? Here's another one. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Jaden Smith wearing a castle on his head, making statements and things. I get it. It's cringe, okay? It's not cool. It's cringe. You're not Bjork, wearing clothes that you fucking made, going to award shows and things. That's different type of artistry. Doing it because you're gonna do it anyway. Doing things, me doing this show, me making one of the hottest albums of all time that nobody knows about. Right here. Am I doing it so I can go to a red carpet and wear a castle on my head and make bold statements and artistic statements about like horse shit? It's insane. It's insane what everybody's still putting up with to this point with me. Like the celebrities, we just lived through 5 years of some of the most nonsensical garbage in every art form there is out there. I'll just name a few. Movies, TV, music, comic books. Go watch the movie Idiocracy. I bring it up all the time. Everything's getting really dumbed down. Athletics are being dumbed down. Tom Brady had a whole skit recently, a clip online. You can probably find it. I'm sure many of you have already seen it, where he's like, they dumbed the game down. It's basically you got your you got all your moving parts, right? Like playing quarterback in the NFL is one of the hardest things to do, especially when people are actually trying to hurt you. They want to knock you out of the game. All right, so they're going to try to hit you hard. They don't want the flags, right? And they play your safety and all this. Sure. But we want to hurt your quarterback and take him out of the game. And he's like, all they got to do is check it down. He's like, yeah. You got all these reads and things, but it's a totally different game than what it used to be. You had to know a whole lot more. You had to be brought through this process of like really knowing your shit. He was like the third string in Michigan. He's the third, fourth string on the Patriots when he first showed up. He's like, there's a long process that happens that starts in high school to college to the pros to when they actually even let you get on the field in the first place. All these motherfuckers are on the field day one. Okay? All of them. And I'll give Kanye West this. Great producer. He would definitely be in the business no matter what, just as a producer. But why do you have to pick up a mic? Terrible on the mic. I've never, and he was kind of meshed in with when I was a kid kind of. So it's like, I still don't dig it. And then all the weirdo shit that comes with it. Again, it's the whole, look at me. We're rich. We're going to do whatever we want. I'm going to show up to the Grammys uninvited. Supposedly, this is the story. You can't believe anything out here because nothing's real. Definitely not this stuff. And people buy all this. They buy all the athletics and the sports and everything else. And then they tell Dr. Huge, I'm a fool because I watch wrestling. Don't you know it's fake? Yeah, I would think. You think by now I might have figured that one out. So. But you guys don't know that any of this is fake. You think it's all just magically, happening and just spontaneous. No. There's not a whole lot of spontaneous things going on in the world of entertainment because they're focusing more on, it seems like, this type of stuff than the actual product that they're putting out there for everybody to consume. That comes way later. Cares about that. So yeah, Kanye West, I'm going to get people to talk about me. I'm going to show up to the Grammys in my wife's going to wear a see-through dress. Completely see-through. Cool. Tim, you know what this means to me? This is something that somebody would have done in the 90s as an edgelord deal. And it would have been even J-Lo's dress back in the day, right? It was just like hardly a dress. It was like a cloth over her shoulder. And they're like, oh my. So everybody's going to top it. I mean, what's next? You show up and spread your cheeks. I mean, what else is there to do? There's not much else to do. So, and yeah, it all stinks. This is the worst to me though. Sorry, everybody. Because you know what? It's the most popular. It's like Logan Paul showing up in the Royal Rumble. I'm like, get out of my life. I don't want you in here. I don't want you in the wrestling stuff. Nobody does. And if you don't want this, let's keep telling everybody about this. If you don't want Logan Paul in your wrestling for real, don't give him any reaction at the shows. If he comes out and nobody's booing him like Mysterio and Nia Jax, and they're just sitting on their hands, they're not because nobody's cheering him. He will disappear like a Thanos snap. It would be amazing if like a whole crowd of people just got it one day and when you know what, we don't want Logan Paul around, kind of taking up a spot from all these people. And how about that? What's his name? I Show Speed. Why do I know that guy? I don't want to know that. Why do I know that name? He's going to do backflips. Okay. I guess that's his gimmick. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. So if I want to get over, I want to get more than 50 fucking people watching right now, get liking and retweeting, please. I have to do backflips. We have to light my house on fire or something to please everybody. Is that what we're all doing now? Are we just going to get full blown, stupid? Maybe. You never know. You never know with Dr. Huge. How about this guy? We already spoke on him tonight. Yep, forced his way into the Elimination Chamber. And he's probably in the Illuminati with the rest of them as well. That's why he's in Hollywood. That's why he's moving the way he does. He can force himself into pay-per-views. Yep.
John Cena recognized.
We recognize any rules around here so I can have a sip here?
A lot of people violate rule number 40 of John Cena's house rules in the living room by forgetting to use drink coasters.
Oh, shit. Sorry, John. Hold on. Yeah, we got it. Shout out to Paladin. I see you out here. I got my drink coaster, though. John, I'm here. I'm here. Furniture is on fleek. Just like Cody Rhodes' eyebrows as of late. So we ran off on a few tangents there. Hope you don't mind. But I think we all know that I'm correct about everything I just said for the past 27 minutes. Been right about everything. And we got 33 minutes to go. And I'm going to be more right about more things. I'm going to be more righter. All right, you ready? How about this? So let's just go over the Rumble in total, both mans and womans. Now that there's only two genders again, that's what Trump told me. I didn't make the rules. He came out and said, you know what, John Cena recognized.
John Cena recognized.
And he said there's two now. So, you know me. I go by whatever the president says. Whatever he says goes, folks. Commander-in-Chief. They stole that chief name from the fucking Native Americans, too. Never even crossed my mind until I just said it right now. That's crazy when you think about it, right? Now he's the commander-in-chief. Get it? Yep. Cool. So, Sheamus came out and, he's doing bangers and he's slapping people and doing his thing. But then Joe Hendry came out and apparently Sheamus believes in this Joe Hendry. And Joe Hendry's doing his whole gimmick and beating people up and turns and looks at the camera. And the whole time Sheamus is off in the corner just watching. Just taking it all in. And he even screams at somebody like, hey, I'm trying to watch this. So I think Sheamus is a huge, huge Joe Hendry mark. Maybe they know each other from the UK. I'm guessing that's probably the case. Yeah. What are you saying, Michael Berry Sr.? Poor Redskins got taken for everything. Well, isn't it weird? Well, first of all, they changed the name of the Washington Redskins. That's where my mind goes. And then they got new ownership, right? They get Jaden Daniels, and they're magically in the NFC title game. Does anybody else think that's kind of weird? Any crazy people in here? Thank you, Shotzi. Shotzi agrees. That seems a little suspect. Just like, the stuff that's been going on with the Kansas City Chiefs. William Robinson, he knows. Yeah. Everybody knows. Even Shotzi knows. Something's up. Something stinks. And I've been telling people this many, many years ago. And everybody just thinks I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. Just ahead of the curve. Just like the Joker said. Mm-hmm. That's right. Shotzi was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble. That spot taken by none other than, where's my none other thans?
He is none other than
Alexa Bliss, which got the biggest pop of the night. Huge pop. Yep. It was crazy. And, in general, the crowd seemed in Indianapolis pretty tame. I've seen other people mentioning this out here. But then somebody that follows me said, Dr. Huge, we're pissed off because they got us sitting behind cinder blocks and pillars and things over here, and we don't like it, and everybody's mad. I'm like, that's why? Could be. For some, I can't imagine that everybody's sitting in front of a pillar in an arena. But yeah, why have pillars like that in an arena or a stadium? Not even an arena. This was Lucas Oil Stadium, where the Indianapolis Colts used to pump in crowd noise to mess with Tom Brady's head. Because Tom Brady's a cheater and nobody else cheats ever. That's the story that I was told. Nobody else. Right, guys? Yep. Pillars. Or, maybe that's the wrong terminology, but it's something like that. Things are in front of them. Structures, if you will. So, yep. But hey, I'm not trying to go to a stadium wrestling show. I'm not trying to really go to an arena wrestling show unless I'm on the low loge or front row. I'm not even trying to be on the floor level anywhere. I got to be up front. I don't want people in front of me standing up, holding signs in front of my face. That stinks. So when I even watched this one the other night, I'm watching this. They keep showing the wide shot of the whole stadium. And I'm thinking to myself, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy for sitting in that crowd. Imagine being one of the floor seats in the way backs or dead in the middle, like just surrounded by a million people. Stinks. That must suck. Got to go to the bathroom. You got to get snacks. Must take forever. Then you got to walk a mile to do all this. Nope. Not me. As I said, I want to be treated like a celebrity. Like all these celebrities I don't even know. Like Quavo Tequila that came out with Jey Uso. Bring me out with Jey Uso. I'm already dressed for it. Quavo didn't even wear Yeet gear. He thought he was cooler than that. And guess what? You're not. That was probably your coolest moment in life, Migos guy. See, I know who the Migos are. I know everything. I know exactly what's going on with all this stuff. Loudest pop of the night was for Alexa Bliss. Nia Jax was a close second to last. That's right. You're right, Michael Berry Sr. But again, you're just piggybacking off of what I already said. So get out of my life. Taking all my hot takes. Nobody would have known that if I didn't bring it up. But the worst 30 entrant ever, everybody, can we all agree? It's Logan Paul. He fucking stinks.
It's the shits.
We don't want him as the number 30. That's your big surprise, WWE? Really? There were some bad moments in here. There were some funny moments. It was a good Royal Rumble overall. Way too long again. But, you get Logan Paul at 30. It was just such a bummer. And you're supposed to have an upper on these things. This is the second match of it all. I'm already bored out of my mind. And then when he came out, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get something to eat, whatever. Now the Royal Rumble is officially started, right? All 30 entrants are in or have been out by now. And Logan Paul's the big finale. I was starting to think maybe Randy Orton, but I believe they already did that. I don't know. Terrible idea. That's what's worst for business. I wonder if he put himself into that spot. And oh, by the way, story goes, rumor has it that he messed up or LA Knight messed up at the whole opening of Logan coming down at number 30. And it messed up something in correlation with Drew McIntyre, who had this like big finish planned or something, where he was going to get eliminated. And then he got eliminated, which we did see, by Damian Priest. And Drew McIntyre's not happy with that either. He's like, you got me in this feud with Damian Priest, who you just moved to SmackDown, which means he's probably Drew SmackDown live entire again. And he's going to be and he's like, after the 2024, I had the best feud, the best on the mic, having great matches, and you're going to put me with Damian Priest, who is somebody you don't know what to do with, and you're trying to move him back up the card again. We all get what's going on with Damian Priest right now, right? Which is fine. I'm a fan of Damian Priest. I hope he sticks around. SmackDown in this whole moment and point of him moving back up into this the main event roster, if you will. It's all a fluid situation. I get it, but he's in the right spot, I believe, right now for himself, for the company, all that stuff. They got Jey Uso right now as one of the top guys, so they're gonna have to move certain ones down a peg, and at least he's not dealing with the Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley and the Terror Twins. Oh, cringe!
It's the shits.
Terror Twins was one of the worst things in the world. So he's away from all that now. So we're good with that. He eliminated Punk. What the fuck? There's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of nonsense going on out there with Logan Paul, with all, all the rest of them are all mad at each other. I'm not even really focused on that because that will sort itself out and we'll talk about it later. I don't need to speculate. Oh, CM Punk is now mad at Roman Reigns, or Reigns is mad at him, and Seth Rollins is mad at everybody. And this is what I wanted all my life. I wanted it to make sense. It never made sense ever like this. I don't believe. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it seemed to me the 2010s were basically John Cena, Orton. We all seen the 90s and know what that was about. The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Undertaker, and Mankind once in a while. But, it's mainly where they just keep it amongst a very, very few guys. Now, WWE, we have multiple titles. We got things going on with both of them. So you can now have two titles to work off of, but they have so many people going for them, which is so good. And I'll tell you this thing, though. The one negative is this World Heavyweight Championship. Is that what we're calling it? I don't even know. The Raw one that Gunther has. That one is looking so much weaker than the main WWE Championship. It just does. Everybody knows that's the B title, and it's on the A show right now, I believe, right? Yeah, Gunther's has been on Raw forever, so we have the secondary belt on Raw. But then Cody Rhodes is on Raw. I don't know what's going on with that. I couldn't tell you. You guys can tell me better. You guys could probably like this video better than I could, and subscribe better than I could. Share this video better than I could. That you could probably go on YouTube right now from X and subscribe to the Dr. Huge and Science Show, Dr. Huge Show, whatever the fucking I named this thing, and clicked a few buttons, and then you'd get me all the time. Especially if you hit the notifications, you get all my future clips that I'm about to post this week. Oh, shit's getting crazy in here, guys. So go check it out. Go check out this again. Make love to that album. Thank you. So, yeah. There are other things. Many other things happened. Here's a funny one. Here's a funny story. I was laughing my ass off when I saw this during the Rumble this weekend. I was just gonna find it on my paper, but I already know it. I'm just gonna say it from the top of my head. I just wanted to make sure I hit all the points. But Braun Strowman, right? He throws Jacob Fatu over. He's the one that eliminated the Fatu. He's getting him back for taking all those hips to the head, and the way he threw him out was almost like he was actually really mad at him, or he was going too hard. And we have evidence and examples of Braun Strowman going way too hard. Remember Brock Lesnar back in the day? Remember him, kids? Yeah, well, he was in a Royal Rumble with this Braun Strowman before, and Braun was punching him like for real. So Brock, what did he give him? Some knees, and then he started he just beat the shit out of him. But anyway, Braun Strowman this year takes Jacob Fatu, and sure, Jacob got his hand on the rope when he got tossed over to break his fall a little bit, but it looked like he was trying to clear him from the rope so that he couldn't hold on to anything. And I also believe that it was kind of a shoot the way he wiped the whole fucking announce desk off, because he was not happy about being carelessly tossed over the top rope like that. And then after that, Braun Strowman proceeds to get eliminated by somebody. I forget who. He's out there. And then Finn Balor gets eliminated behind him, but Finn Balor gets tossed out. And it was his job to catch Finn Balor, and he totally whiffed. And then the camera caught him going what the fuck? What the hell? He's all pissed off. But it's dude, it looked like it was your fault. So first you just tried to kill Jacob Fatu over here. Then you came out, you got eliminated, and Finn Balor's hurling himself at you, and you totally don't even catch him. You just let him hit the ground, and it just, oh man. Braun Strowman, bro, what the hell?
It's the shits.
Why you guys stink so bad? Why is Logan Paul coming out and messing up spots? Or was it LA Knight? It could have been the LA Knight. Had to be one of the two, because I think those are who were initiating when he first got into the ring. So I don't know. But Drew McIntyre is for real not happy with any of this. It sounds like a legit shoot that he's doesn't want this Priest business to go down. He wants to be involved in the main roster. He probably should have won. And we talked about this Saturday, how he's really the best guy that they have over all of them. If we're going to take everything into context, think about it as a little kid. You're just watching wrestling, right? And you're getting into it. You watched it for a year or two of your life, and you know about it. And to you, Drew McIntyre is way up there. He should be. He's been in your life for most of your life as a top guy, and now they're going to kind of just keep him. He's like the Sami Zayn, Jey Uso of the main eventers, if you will. He's teetering on being Jey Uso and being in the main event scene at all times. So I understand why he's has this discomfort. You know what I mean? But yes, that's what that's about, William. What was the Drew McIntyre so mad about? I apologize if you already said that. Yeah, I just said it right now. But you said that before I said that. So technically you were right. I do eventually get around to what I'm talking about. I take you on this little journey before. It's not how my mind works. I kind of can't stay on track for some reason. And then I find another track, and we're just going to keep riding that one. Because I don't like breaks and awkward silences on my podcast. Not here. We don't do that here. Anyway, Alexa Bliss. She did get the biggest pop of the night. Nobody knew she was coming. The news and the dirt sheets, just like Michael Cole said, I read the same ones. They said that, these contractual issues were going on. She wanted perks. She wanted in-game perks. And apparently they must have come to something because she showed up. And even some of the higher-ups were noted to be very surprised by this Alexa Bliss. So what is she going to do? She's slated to be on Monday Night Raw tonight. So maybe she'll be on tonight. I'm guessing at least a back stage spot. Like, let us know what's going on. What's her plan? What's she gonna do next? Who's she gonna take on and all this? But the Wyatt Six are on SmackDown, so there's no Wyatt Six business going on, I guess. But she's still holding the doll, huh? Yep. But then there were other surprises, especially in the Women's Rumble. I wouldn't even call them surprises. You expect a lot of the NXT girls to show up, and they did. We had Roxanne Perez.
Yeet.
We had Julia.
Yeet.
We had Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeet.
Jada Parker.
Yeet.
I mean, it was a good amount of them. Lash Legend.
Yeet.
That's right. Am I forgetting anybody? I don't think so. And then, of course, like William says here, Charlotte Flair wins the whole thing.
Yeet.
Yep. Guess she's going to be champion a few more times. Rumor has it she's the top girl. They're planning to give her the belt again. But you know how this goes. Sometimes when we figure out, the whole audience is like, oh, she's going to be the top girl with the belt. That's the story. It could come true. But many times they swerve you in the end and they give it to somebody else. So I think she'll be taking on Tiffany Stratton. If I were to be guessing here, she already faced Rhea Ripley before. I guess you could say it was the COVID match with all the screaming, that kind of stunk in it, but it was actually a pretty good match from what I remember. And having them redo it. No. Everybody wants Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Because I'm hip. I know what the people want. Give them what they want. Yeet t-shirts. They want Yeet sunglasses. I want Yeet sunglasses.
Yeet.
So send them on in. Wait, I'm going to get a P.O. box again. You think I'm joking? I'm getting a P.O. box. And then I expect somebody out here to send me Yeet glasses. Jey Uso?
Yeet.
Who do you think got you here, right? Just like that chubby guy, Mark, that does the high-pitched singing like this. He made that story about he made the WWE what it is today. That's what he said. He thinks he's putting everything over, but it's really me, for real. Triple H. So if anybody deserves free tickets, only front row, only low loge. That's what I like. Camera side. No, not non-camera side. Don't put me on the camera side. You put me prime time in the lights. All right? Just like you've always done. All right? Not like you haven't been doing this. But this Mark fellow over here, he's getting too big for his britches. I don't like it. He didn't create Yeet. That was Jey Uso. And then I bought this shirt, and now I'm Yeet. So I'm Team Yeet. He's Team himself. And Triple H said to that guy, Mark, he said, you're going to have to buy 2 seats now, probably. Get it? Because you guys got it.
He's fat.
Say it louder.
He's fat.
That's right. Not like me, super in shape. Look at me, like Dominic. Huge, like Dominic. Dirty Dom. Yep, and then Jordan Grace came out. Michael Jordan Grace. Yeah, she's good. I was excited to see her. We all expected it. She tried to swerve us and tell us she was going to her mother's birthday party or something. Yeah, sure. Your mother's going to have a birthday party on Royal Rumble night when you just got out of TNA for the first time like ever in your life. And yeah, sure. Got it. Yep. So when her music hit, it was such a surprise to everybody else except me, a journalist, analyst, expert. And then Cody Rhodes did his match. And am I missing anything else with the Rumble here before we move on? Let's look. Logan Paul sucks. Drew McIntyre's pissed. There were dozens and dozens of more than a dozen. Let's say there was 50 stare downs between the two Royal Rumbles. At least 30 plus in the men's alone. Ridiculous amount of stare downs. What a waste of time. Charlotte Rumble. Yep. Charlotte Tiffy. Trish Stratus came out. Nikki Bella came out. The women had most of the celebrities, I would say, or older wrestlers. You know, the men's they got too many guys. There's too many wrestlers now. So you're probably never gonna have that Hurricane Helms again, you know, the Gilbert entrant. Those days are long over. People were even trying to make a rumor that Hacksaw Jim Duggan would have showed up and been in the match. It's like, get out of here. No way. They got so many wrestlers. There's more wrestlers than human beings on the planet, at least by 2050. That's what I saw on the chart at the doctor's office. So there'll be more. Trust me, I'll be in business for the rest of my life with all these people fake beating each other up. Just like Cody Rhodes, he's like officially injured, multiple injuries. This is the story, and I can believe it. I can believe that Kevin Owens is too. They beat the hell out of each other. Didn't look fun taking all them bumps, but hey, you know, they're the ones that came up with this stupid stuff. So you want to throw yourself on the side of a ladder while you're like 300 pounds? Fat! Go for it, I guess. Next time, maybe try it from, you gotta outdo yourself. You do it from the top of a ladder, the tallest ladder that you got in the WWE, and then throw Swanton onto a, the side of a ladder. It'd be good. I'm sure it feels really good on your back. But Cody Rhodes can't really do that and handle it like a Kevin Owens. I believe Kevin Owens does it because he's got one of the thickest necks in the business. Have you ever seen, he's got that hot dog neck in the back. He got the hot dog rolls. And when he slams his neck and his back into it, it, kind of absorbs all the steel and the metal and the iron. And Cody Rhodes, not so much. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have the hot dog in the back of the neck deal. So I can see why he has multiple injuries. And it doesn't seem like the smartest match to have for your champion before, during WrestleMania season. You're going to put him in a fucking ladder match. Yeah. That sounds like a good idea. So I don't know. Maybe it was a work. Maybe they're all just fine, but they're definitely not feeling good today. That's 100% from Dr. Huge. You know it. He's definitely not feeling good. Neither one of them. Jeez. Yep. It was a great match, though. I got to give you that. Great match. I do goof on a lot of stuff, but I'll tell you this. I'm not a huge Cody Rhodes fan. Not a huge Kevin Owens fan. Entertaining match. They put the body on the line. Kevin Owens looked like he was really messed up at the end of the match. It was amazing. So, good job. I mean, they're making Cody Rhodes believably the champion. He has the top belt. They better. That other belt that Gunther has, who knows? He could lose to Jey Uso this year. And just like he lost the IC belt to Sami Zayn last year. What?
This is where we shed our blood, sweat, and tears.
Right, we're shedding our blood, sweat, and tears here, and because you guys feel it coming, right? It's time. It's Yeet time. Yeet. And he's gonna get his Kofi Kingston, underdog story going against this big scary Gunther. But we already did that. Yeet. We already did it last year with Sami Zayn, and he won too. So if Jey Uso has to win, imagine he wins the Royal Rumble. They waste a Royal Rumble victory storyline on Jey Uso, and he doesn't win?
No hits.
You think that's going to happen? WrestleManias are mainly for the good guys. Okay, mainly. Not always many years ago, whatever. But as of late, Main events are for the good guys. So they're all the baddies get their comeuppance for the year of torment that they put all the good guys through. So Yeet is happening. I've been waiting for it. I know it's stupid. Yeet. I know it. But so isn't this show. And so in turn, that kind of means you guys are a little stupid too. The smartest podcast chat and listeners audience in all the world. Still, you guys get what we're doing, but does everybody else that's like kind of noobs to this? Yeet! We'll see. I still wish there was only one championship. And then that champion would just go to 2 shows, right? Too many belts. We've been talking about this is one of the main issues with all of pro wrestling. This ain't even a WWE thing. This is everybody's got too many belts. AEW's got a ridiculous amount of belts. AEW shouldn't even have multiple shows. I'm being completely serious with that. Jeez! You are out of your mind to think you're having trouble getting one show over. So imagine me right now. I'm trying to get like a minimum of 100 viewers every time I do this, which is shit. It's fucking shit. It's nothing, right? But AEW does the same thing. And then they're like, you know what we'll do? We'll have 2 shows. We'll add a whole nother show, right? Like where it's... Imagine me doing that. And then not only that, I'm like, you know what? We need Rampage. We need Collision. We need to buy Ring of Honor and do some Ring of Honor stuff too. It's like you can't get your main show over. Get that over first. Figure out something with that, and then maybe the other stuff can come. You're doing a fucking WCW Thunder before you even had the NWO. It's like, what are you doing? The Death Riders. Huh? Yeah. Everybody knows. True, AEW is the worst with the belts. And TBS belt, TNT belts. You got the this a belt and the that a belt. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a title these days for any company, I don't care. If you're a pro wrestler without a title, you're a jobber to me. You probably job then, right? Because everybody's got a belt. Chelsea Green's got a belt. Lyra Valkyria has a belt. Fucking Bianca Belair has a belt. Naomi has a belt. Who doesn't have a Gunther and Cody, obviously. Shinsuke Nakamura's got a belt. What has he done in the past 2 years? Beat LA Knight? And spit in his face a bunch? And he's even got a title.
The WWE title!
Just doesn't stop. Everybody's got a title. Braun Breaker's got a title, bro. The fucking DIY's got titles. Isn't there even more? There's even more. The Biker Raiders have titles. We can do this all night, folks. In the AEW, I really don't know who has many of the straps. I know she's got several titles. That Mercedes Moné. You're still Sasha Banks to me. You're Sasha Banks. And Heather over here is still Sasha Reigns. For life. Okay, Dean Ambrose has a belt right now. Okay, at least last time I saw, he's got about. Go ahead, screaming out in the chat. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? I'm sure I am. Obafemi's got belts. The Dawn, right? The Dawn of NXT has a belt. The cowgirl in NXT also has a belt. This is, how many people am I naming right now? A lot of people. And so what I'm saying is, if a third of your roster are champions, the other 2/3 of your roster must be
It's the shits.
must be. Yeah. By my calculations there that I just worked out, 1/3 good, 2/3 the shits. We'll say, you know what? 1/3 good, 1/3 could be good. Bottom third the shits.
It's the shits.
So maybe that's what you're going for. You should probably try to make it more like there's so few belts and championships and titles, whatever you want to call them, that, you know, everybody's lumped in as, who knows, they all could be good, right? And then you got a few guys that are, and gals that are pinnacle, the best in the business. But now most of the people are best in the business. I mean, you just go to any even indie show, you'll see people walking. Everybody's got belts. Everybody, the people at the hotel behind the desk have belts on. The janitors, the cleaning ladies that go into your hotel after you go to these wrestling matches and Comic-Cons and things to meet all your fans. They all walk in, they have belts on. They're champions of something, you know? So I think I said it all. Raw's on. Let's go watch it. But before we do that, again, go to Dr. Huge store if you want to support the show. Buy something there. It's on Teespring, Dr. Huge store. And then go check out the album as well if you like EDM or electronic music, whatever the kids are calling it these days. It's something like that. And also, check back here on YouTube. All you X people out there, come over to YouTube, subscribe. I'm going to be posting clips here and way more live vids. We're live all the time. I'll be back tomorrow night with Danny Damage from the UK, 7 p.m., just like I was tonight. And we're going to talk about everything in wrestling and all the stuff going down and all the eating. Get some of his takes on this Royal Rumble business that happened over the weekend, because, of course, he's not going to watch Royal Rumble at 5 in the morning. I was bored with it at 6 o'clock in the evening. So no way he was doing that, but I know he's watching. He's an expert analyst as well. And, of course, 2 p.m. Saturdays, normal people times, EST, East Coast time, and join us in the chat for that as well. In the future, I'm going to be doing a lot more posting of the, where is it? Dr. Huge hotline right there. That is the number. If you want to leave a message, go ahead. I'll be checking them probably weekly. If you got something to say, definitely get drunk or something before you do that, though those are always the most fun. And anything else I got to say. Yes, the YouTube channels. Go check them out. Even got a YouTube channel for the music, Dr. Hugenstein in full name, self-titled album, all that stuff. Got a million music videos on there. Pump everything up, Dr. Huge Show, all over the internet, and I will talk to you guys